Ray here from Our Sacred Seeds, and I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of stinging nettle. Throughout millennia, humans have interacted with a wide variety of plants. There are culinary herbs and there are wild herbs. Culinary herbs like this rosemary, which has wonderful benefits, aromatic and flavorful. But wild herbs, they stand in their own domain. Wild herbs have been used medicinally for thousands of years, since prehistory. And to this day, roughly 80% of all the people on the planet use medicinal herbs as their primary health provider. Finding stinging nettle isn't always an easy thing to do, but it just so happens stinging nettle loves to grow near water. So if you come with me, we'll head up here and maybe we'll find some. Stinging nettle has been used throughout history. It has originated from the Northern Hemisphere. It's found in Europe, Asia, and North America. Here we are in Orvieto, Italy, with wonderful stinging nettle growing nice and short here. It can grow upwards of 4 feet high, 120 centimeters, and when it's young, it's less than that, only about 30 centimeters in height. This is the time where you want to harvest it for food, when the shoots are young. Therefore, stinging nettle is a great plant to include in your garden at home to proliferate widely and use as food, medicine, and even for making dyes, rope, fishing nets, and clothing. Stinging nettle stings, so you have to be careful. When you harvest it, you need to know not to touch the understory of the leaf, not to touch the stem. There are little needles, okay? They contain formic acid. This is an acid that is also found in the bites of venomous creatures like ants, fire ants, causing that burning sensation, itching, pain, swelling, discomfort. So when you want to harvest it, use gloves or scissors and do so very carefully. As you start to get more familiar with the plant, you can handle it with your bare hands. Notice I'm grabbing just the tips here, and if you come right in close, you'll notice the hairs growing out the side of the stem. Not all hairs contain formic acid, most do. If you touch the under portion of the leaf, you'll get a sting. It's going to inject formic acid into your skin as well as histamines, which is going to cause an inflammatory response, and it's also going to even inject serotonin, interestingly enough. It is used intentionally for people who have severe arthritis or pain throughout the body, applied on the skin. It draws the sensations of the nervous system to the localized skin surface, which reduces more acute pain. So paradoxically enough, if you have chronic pain, it can be used to reduce it. If you don't touch it. So when using stinging nettle as food, you have to cook it or blend it. You can dry it. Any of those methods will reduce the sting. If you cook it for 30 seconds, you'll eliminate the stinging potential. If you dry it in a paper bag, just put them all in a paper bag, shake it periodically, the hairs will fall off and the sting will be nullified. At that point, you can add it into teas, soups, etc., and have it for therapy and food medicine. I'm going to use these pliers for now, just to rip off a piece here. You want to take off the stems. This is the part that you want, is the upper portion of the leaf. What I can do is actually fold it over, interestingly enough, so that you're eliminating the hairs. And what you do here, if you want to eat it raw, is you fold it up real nice, squish it a little bit, get rid of the sting, and you can eat it raw. I don't encourage you to try that. It's not necessary. You're better off to stick it in a blender and add it into a green smoothie.